It is just 3 days into the year 2020. Thank you so much for still watching UBC TV Inspiring Uganda. My name is Sharon Chomjisha and welcome to UBC Lunchtime News. In our top stories of the day, Bufumbira South Member of Parliament, who is also a former State Minister for Labour, Sam Bitangaro, 2 civil servants and an advocate of the High Court have been remanded to Luzira prison for corruption. The 4 were charged with 7 counts of obtaining money by false pretense, fraud, sale and mortgage of property, fraudulent procurement of title and conspiracy to defraud government. Take a look.
Police has arraigned before Makindye Magistrates Court 4 suspects, among them a former minister and member of parliament, for obtaining money by false pretense and conspiring to defraud government of 3 billion shillings. The 4, Bufumbira South Member of Parliament, Sam Bitangaro, an advocate of the High Court, Onyang Award John Francis, Kakuba Stella and Chumwine William, are said to have sold a non-existent land to individuals who were evicted from Ruwaga Central Forest Reserve in Chiboga District. Sam Bitangaro is categorically faulted for fraudulently procuring a land title contrary to Section 190, Subsection 1 of the Penal Code Act.
You, Bitangaro Sam, fraudulently acquired by causing an irregular subdivision of plot 122. They
did not enter any plea after court declined to grant them allowance.
Administratively, we only magistrates, Lord and the Chief Magistrate, take plea after the files have been allocated to them. Are you here? Yes, after the Chief Magistrate has allocated the files to them is when they take plea. So the Chief Magistrate has to come and allocate files. So they are going to prison first or remand until Monday when the Chief Magistrate will allocate all these files.
Presiding over the matter was Makindye Court's Grade 2 Magistrate Okipi John Robert. Reacting on this development, City Lawyer Julius Galsonga, one of the defense lawyers, described the magistrate's reasoning as strange.
Remember, jurisdiction is conferred by an act. Administrative procedures at a court are matters of agreement and directives of the what? Of that court. So there is no way you can say those directives and workings of the court can supersede the provisions of the law.
The 4 have been remanded to Luzira prison until the 6th day of January 2020, when they will take plea.
So very free, I sold my land, so I have no problem, I don't fear.
In more stories, police in Old Kampala has arrested one Sulaiman Semakade for being in possession of government property. Police say Semakade stole 28 cameras and 18 laptops from Chankwanzi district belonging to the National Identification Authority near on the 31st of December 2019 and had already distributed them for sale in Kampala district. Daniel has a full report.
Police is holding 25-year-old Sulaiman Semakade after being found with stolen items belonging to National Identification Registration Authority, NIRA.
They are all the same.
Semakade was this morning arrested from Mutundwe, a Kampala suburb, by police officers from Old Kampala Police Station after intelligence tip-off. He was found in possession of 28 HD cameras and 18 laptops, a property of the government of Uganda, which he allegedly stole from Chankwanzi district on the 31st of December 2019. The suspect faces charges of robbery of 28 cameras and 18 laptops, which are embedded as government property. The items were part of NIRA's equipment distributed in Chankwanzi district. According to police, Semakade had already distributed the items at different selling points in Kampala. One of the target buyers has also been arrested alongside Semakade. Deputy Police Spokesperson Kampala Metropolitan Luke Owoyesigire says the suspects have been handed over to Chankwanzi District Police authorities to further handling.
Chankwanzi Police Station where the case was opened up and they will go on with the investigations. I want to, of course, thank the officers that participated in this.
Reliable information indicate that Kampala district is a major destination for such stolen items due to high demand. Daniel Mugoya reporting.
Thank you, Daniel Muga, for that report. Moving on, the UPDF has recruited greater over 100 from Greater Mukono districts of Buikwe, Kayunga, and Buvuma. At least 3,000 so participated in the exercise, but after rigorous scrutiny, many didn't make it. Now, Mukono RDC Fred Bamwine says many recruited from Mukono comprise of professionals. The spokesperson of the Land Forces, Lieutenant Colonel Henry Obo, explained that the exercise in Mukono climaxed the countrywide recruitment exercise.
N'abantu bagenda kuyingira mu magye g'eggwanga, abamu bagenda kuyingira mu magye ga bulijjo, abalala bagenda kuyingira mu abakugu professionals, ngaba abasawo, ngaba doctor, ba lawyers. So tulina categories bbiri, amagye ga bulijjo n'abakugu ab'enjawulo.
They are competing favorably. If the female has a better paper than the male, she takes it. We don't mind even if we take only females. Many people have not been taken on about the 3,000 that came. You see, these selections we have selected just about 150 out of the 3,000. And at the end of it, we expect to drop out maybe another 40 so that we have the 111 that we want. So many of them, the reasons why they could not be taken on was mainly the age bracketing is one. Some of them are older than the age we require.
Well, congratulations to the ones that qualified, and there's more chances coming for those that didn't. Water shortage has hit Chichusa sub-county, Luero district, with communities living in these areas trekking long distances searching for water. The LC1 chairperson Zephania Chiza Seninde says 4 villages making Senyomo B local council are most affected, with communities appealing to Ministry of Water for the presidential pledge of piped water in the rural areas from Chichusa Town Council.
This is the only borehole in Senyomo B LC1 in Chichusa sub-county, serving over 20,000 people from the 4 villages of Senyomo A and B, Namakofu and Chiwanguzi, Luero district. Communities, through the LC1 chairperson Senyomo B Zephania Chizaseninde, reminded the Ministry for Water of the presidential pledge of expanding piped water to these areas.
Very, very, very grateful for the pledge of the president. As we know, the president promises all over Uganda. So we hope at anyone's time, all those things will be tacked on. Like now, these people have come to work on the water, and I think the gods also from coming. We want to wish the president a new year, and we want to thank him very much for whatever he is doing for this country.
During the meeting at Senyomo BLC1, attended by officials from the Ministry of Water and Environment and chairpersons from the 4 villages, the ministry officials promised that as soon as possible the ministry is to fulfill the presidential pledge and expand piped water in these localities. It was also decided that communities in Senyomo B use funds given to the LCs by the area MP Dr. Jesse Muyingo to repair the borehole.
Our Member of Parliament promised us 500,000 for each village. Now we have discussed the way how the money is going to be distributed, and of course there's no doubt each village is going to get either or the third. We are going to move around all villages when we are taking that money for the development of the village. We want to thank our area MP, who is Honorable Jesse Muyingo, also the Minister for Higher Education. We want to thank him for that pledge which he has promised, and he has fulfilled it.
Till late hours, communities line up to fetch water, as others fetch water from ponds, sharing it with animals. Ministry of Water needs to fulfill the presidential pledge of expanding piped water to these villages of Chichusa sub-county to address the problem of water scarcity. Salongo Kasivante compiled this report.
The Moroccan consulate to Uganda, Dr. Robert Mosmosigwa Rukari, has declared his intention to contest for the Mbara North parliamentary seat in the forthcoming elections when Mbara is declared a city. Addressing a press conference at his home in Kokonjerusel, Kamkuzi Ward, Mbara municipality, Dr. Ukari cited strategies to be applied in increasing household incomes through promotion of cottage industries as his greater pillar in his manifesto.
I have offered myself to stand in the upcoming new constituency of Mbara State North as an MP. As an entrepreneur, I pick from the socio-economic development. And I picked like 3 or 4 aspects that I would want to emphasize in this semi-urban development or semi-urban setup we are going to as a city. You are working with UBC, NTV, Orshenda, Red Pepper, New Vision, so on and so forth. But in the evening, when you are free, what do you do yourself and your family to add value in your own profession? These are the cottage industries we're talking about. And they can transform and help, especially our youth, who are the majority of our population, to get employment and income to develop themselves. As an entrepreneur and a candidate in this politics, I urge our communities, Mbarara people and Ugandans, that whereas we engage in politics, it's important not to keep politicking. If we have 8 hours in a day for working, do not exceed 1 hour engaging yourselves in politics. Because at the end of the day, these politics do not bring money to your homes or on your table.
Stories Wakiso Land's Ministerial Zonal Office will be under lock and key to allow for system upgrade of software suitable for land information system. The Lion State Minister Persis Namganza has implored Wakiso residents to suspend all intentions to seek for services at the said office until the 21st of January 2020. While addressing the press at Uganda Media Center, Minister Namganza said during this period the ministry is also slated to conduct training sessions for all Wakiso MZO staff. Now, the nationwide upgrading process that started sometime in March 2013 has first seen 20 ministerial zonal offices back to operation with 4 latest versions of software suitable for land information system.
To 21st January 2020, there shall be no transactions received and or registered. There shall also not be generation of deeds plans, as cartographic and survey operations will also be stopped. On 21st January 2020, we shall reopen 2 offices to the public in 2 different locations under the Wakiso Ministry Zone Office. One will be Wakiso Obstiro offices based at the new constructed building next to police, and the other will remain the Wakiso Chadondo offices that is based at the current EMZO location. The ministry regrets any inconveniences that will arise due to the closure of the land registry and land administration department offices, and assure the general public that it is intended to improve and better the services of the Wakiso land registry.
Let's take a short commercial break and we'll be back with more news for you.
Good morning, Uganda. Today is a great day to make someone's day. A wonderful day to rewrite the future. Today is a beautiful day to light up their world. Or maybe even the perfect day to say, "You're my world." A marvelous day to make a brand new start. day to make the world smaller. Uganda, today isn't just another day. Today is your day. Airtel Money, with you always. Airtel Money, instant, secure, borderless.
Saturdays will never be the same again.
You should come, you guys. I told you that thing is so fun.
Yes, indeed. We've been rocking your world for 10 solid years on Horizon Vibe. It's the funkiest, freshest music show in the land. And now with the live studio audience, get up close and personal with your stars. We drop the hottest video premieres and the illest video mixes.
Pop, it's showtime. Guess who's back again?
And that's not all. Your proggy giveaways.
African Yayo.
Oh, just
and a lot more.
This is the best show I've ever had, I swear, in Uganda. Big up Horizon Vibe. UBC, we never saw this coming, but it's fire.
Is your vibe like?
Live from the UBC Auditorium is Horizon Vibe with Calvin, the entertainer.
In our business news, the High Court in Kampala has appointed the former Uganda Law Society President Ruth Sebatindira as the new administrator of Uganda Telecom Limited. In a judgment delivered by Justice Lydia Mugambe of Civil Division of High Court, Sebatindira will immediately replace Nelson Bemanya, whose contract expired in 2019.
Justice Lydia Mugambe's judgment followed an application filed on 17th December 2019 by Uganda Communications Employees Contributory Pension Scheme through their legal team led by Johnson Kwesigabo. In their application, they sought orders comparing the current administrator of Uganda Telecom Limited, Nelson Bemanya Twebaze, to be removed from office. They played that Bemanya should be replaced by one Nicholas Mwesama or other eligible insolvency practitioner. In the judgment, it was noted that Ruth Sebatindira is a qualified and registered insolvency practitioner possessing sufficient experience and expert to safeguard the interests of all creditors of the company.
The official receiver known in his affidavit deponed that such a person to be appointed must be a person of sufficient experience to continue with the administration of UTL and must be when the court is making that appointment, must take into account the interests of all creditors of the company. Court shouldn't only look at the interests of a particular creditor who is before it. And for that reason, the official receiver supplied the full list of all insolvency practitioners and invited this honorable court to consider all the insolvency practitioners on the list and choose the most qualified. The court has taken that into account and has appointed Ms. Ruth Sebatindira.
It contravenes the once preferred Nicholas Mwasame, although Ruth Sebatindira, former Uganda Law Society president, was not in any way part of this case.
Who has wide experience in insolvency practice, and so we are sure that we are hopeful that she should be able to devote more time on UTL matters for the benefits of all the creditors.
It is also noted that the current administrator Bemanya, he failed to implement the deeds of the administration in the terms determined and elected by court. They faulted him on failing on 4 issues.
The reason we came to court is because our client felt that the administrator was not meeting the expectations in terms of correcting and remitting the workers' pension claims, and that's why they came to court and requested the court to appoint another administrator
Bemanya was also faulted for failure to pay all the claims against Uganda Telecom Limited within the administration time and failure to conclude the administration within the period stipulated. According to the affidavit of David Nkonjo, the chairperson of Uganda Communication Employees Contributory Pension Scheme, since April 2017, the current debt now stands at 12.2 billion shillings. According to the defense put before court by Bemanya's lawyer Mustafa Antale, Bemanya has no objections to appoint any other competitor to replace him
and choose the most qualified and most competent person to take up this assignment. Court has taken that into account and has appointed Ms. Ruth Sebatendera, who according to the court ruling is a senior counsel on the list which has presented. She is a senior counsel, and therefore in the court's opinion is a competent person to take up the assignment.
The appointment of Ruth Sebatendera takes immediate effect. Amna Mamonde Deborah, UBC.
In our sports story, Vipers Sports Club has completed the signing of Paul Muchirezi from Barras City FC on a 3-year contract with effect from January 3rd, 2019, with an option for a further year. After his contract expired last month, 27-year-old Cranes winger joins the Venoms as a free agent, having left Ankwale Lions. The midfielder, who is likely to make his debut during a play against Chetume FC next week on Friday at St. Mary's Stadium, starting training officially tomorrow. Coach Edward Golula described Muchirezi as one of the best wingers in the Uganda Premier League, and he fits Vipers FC. Thank you so much for watching UBC Lunchtime News. My name is Sharon Chomdisha. Have a good afternoon.
Saturdays will never be the same again.
You should come, you guys. I told you that thing is so fun.
Yes, indeed. We've been rocking your world for 10 solid years on Horizon Vibe. It's the funkiest, freshest music show in the land.